Isn't it interesting how many times in Scripture Yeshua and Paul and other disciples warn us not to follow commandments of men, but we're always told to follow the commandments of God, right? Right here in Titus, we're told not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandments of men who turn from the truth. Commandments of men, Jewish fables, things that are made up. The commandments of God weren't Jewish fables. They were actually brought from Yeshua himself to Moses on the mountain. Remember that, because he goes on to talk about not to be disobedient. So if you're disobedient, there has to be something to which you're to be obedient. Oh, and those are the commandments of God. But don't do man-made rules. Colossians 2, Paul says the same, right? Do not do these things which look right according to the commandments and doctrines of men. That's definitely not the law of Moses. This is the commandments and doctrines of men. So man-made rules such as going to church on Sunday instead of the biblical rule of God, all sorts of man-made rules we could think about here. And we have to remember in both Mark 7 and Matthew 15, Yeshua says, why do you keep your traditions of men to set aside the commandments of God? Like basically, why are you throwing out the commandments of God and just doing your traditions of men? Did you know that Yeshua like quoted all like commandments from the Old Testament? The commandments of God are what he used to rebuke Satan, or it's what he used to taught the humans, the people that were there listening to him. So stop following the traditions of men and come back to the commandments of God.